Welcome to the An English Coffee Office. Today is Tuesday, November 18th, and like every morning, David and Alex are at the coffee machine.
Hey Alex, good morning. How's that coffee hitting the spot for you today?
Morning, David. It's doing the trick strong enough to shake off this hectic morning fog. Yours?
Mine's spot on. Just the kick I need before jumping into those sales calls. By the way, did you catch the big news from Bangladesh yesterday? That former Prime Minister, Sheikh Hasina, got hit with a death sentence for crimes against humanity.
Yeah, I skimmed it on CNN during my commute. It's shocking how it all unfolded after she was ousted last year. The tribunal nailed her for ordering that crackdown on the student protests.
Right? Over 1,400 people killed, they say. As a sales guy, I can't help but think about the business fallout. Our Asian markets could get shaky if this stirs up more unrest.
Totally agree. Stability is key for projects crossing borders. To be honest, it makes me wonder about the long-term ripple effects on international trade.
You know, it's like when a big client pulls out unexpectedly. Everything grinds to a halt. Anyway, keeps us on our toes to diversify those leads.
Smart move? Actually, speaking of stability, what a relief about the U.S. government shutdown wrapping up. The House passed that funding bill, and Trump signed it into law.
Oh man, I saw that in the Washington Post. Longest shutdown ever, stretching over 35 days. Federal workers were furloughed, impacting around 800,000 people. Businesses like ours were sweating it out.
For sure. As a project manager, I was glued to updates, worried about delays in approvals and contracts. Now we can finally touch base with those government-linked suppliers without the uncertainty.
Yeah, last week felt like calling it a day early just to dodge the frustration. Remote teams were all over the place, trying to keep deadlines in check.
It was chaotic. But hey, it's resolved, so let's keep the momentum going. You know, it ties into bigger economic talks too.
Exactly. No more holding patterns for deals. By the way, on a brighter note, the Supreme Court just ruled they won't revisit the same-sex marriage decision. That's a solid win for equality.
I read the details in the New York Times. They declined to hear the case challenging Obergefell, preserving those rights nationwide. It's a step forward for society.
Spot on. Makes the workplace feel more inclusive, right? Our diversity initiatives just got a boost.
Absolutely. In meetings, it encourages open talks about work-life balance for everyone. To be honest, it's refreshing to see progress like that.
You bet. Imagine closing a sale with a client who values that progressive edge. It gives us real leverage.
True. Anyway, circling back to Bangladesh, do you think Hasina's exile in India changes anything? The tribunal convicted her in absentia.
Probably not much short term. But her son was warning about violence if her party gets banned. Sounds like a powder keg for politics there.
Yeah, Al Jazeera mentioned the tensions building up. For global teams, it means staying in the loop on travel advisories or partner risks.
Preach. We had a similar scare with a vendor last quarter. Better safe than sorry.
Right, now about the shutdown. I heard it cost the economy billions. USA Today had the numbers.
Billions, yeah. But now funds are flowing again, which should speed up our procurement processes.
Fingers crossed. My projects were on hold for some federal data access. Glad it's over.
Me too. Keeps the office humming without those external headaches.
Speaking of humming, how's your sales pipeline shaping up after all this news?
Picking up nicely. Clients are eager to move forward now that the shutdown fog lifted. And you? Any project deadlines breathing easier?
A few. We're aligning timelines better, no more economic what-ifs.
Awesome. These coffee chats really help unpack the world's chaos.
They do. Keeps us sharp and connected.
So, on the marriage ruling, it's interesting how it came up after those state challenges.
Yeah, the court basically said no to undoing the precedent. Protects couples across all states.
Huge. In the office, it reinforces our inclusive policies, like family leave for all.
Exactly. Makes team morale skyrocket when people feel supported.
Tell me about it. Remember that team building event? This vibe fits right in.
It does. Anyway, any other headlines catching your eye?
Not really, but Bangladesh has me thinking about emerging markets. Risky but rewarding.
Balanced approach is key. Like in project planning, assess and adapt.
Wise words from the PM herself. Huh?
Thanks. Now shut down wise. It highlighted how interconnected everything is.
Totally. One snag in DC and it echoes everywhere.
Lesson learned. Stay flexible.
For sure. And the Supreme Court sets a tone for future rulings too.
Hopefully positive ones. Society's evolving, workplaces included.
Yeah, makes daily grind more meaningful.
By the way, how was your weekend? Any downtime amid the news frenzy?
Quiet, caught up on some reading, you?
Similar family time helps recharge for hectic weeks.
Good call. Work remotely much lately?
A couple days keeps things balanced.
Nice. I'm all about those hybrid setups.
Me too. Anyway, ready to dive into the day?
Yep. Let's grab these mugs and head out.
See you later. Productive day ahead.
You got it. Catch up tomorrow.
Time to get to work. Don't forget to subscribe and practice your English every day. You'll see how it just keeps getting better and better. See you tomorrow. Hope you have a fantastic day.